This is Lachlan Brown from the Gabcha podcast, alongside my co-worker Alex Scott.
Hi.
We're here at the Atherstone Football Club today, interviewing 1987 Brownlow medalist John Platten. This interview is brought to you by Gabcha Fitness and Wellbeing, who are a disability organisation. It does things like social inclusion, train the Max Gym, inclusive football, and all that. Let's get started with the questions.
You go first.
How tall are you, and do you remember the last time you saw your feet?
Well, I'm only a little lot, so I'm about 5'7", which is about 170 centimetres.
Yep.
And I've got a size 8.5 feet, so I can see them.
Got it.
Thank you.
What's one thing that you had to change up from playing SANFL footy to AFL footy?
Oh, not too much. I think that's. I think the pace of the game in the AFL was much quicker. You're probably playing against 20 very good players. Probably in the SANFL we were playing against 10 or 12 very good players as well. So, but the tempo, bigger bodies. It was a bit like playing state footy. You're playing with your best 20 guys in South Australia against the best 20 guys in Victoria or WA. So, but the tempo was probably another 5 or 10% higher.
Ah, that's good.
What was your junior football club growing up?
My junior football club was called the Elizabeth Football Club.
Yeah, but that's the mob on between Argana Road and Main North Road.
That's the one. Yep. I had about 7 years there, playing from under 6 right up to under 15s.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
What's a funny trick that you've played on any teammate?
Oh God, funny trick. I don't know. I can't remember. But other guys have played lots of tricks on me. They try to cut my hair when I'm asleep on footy trips, and they've dressed me up as a girl and all these sorts of things. So but that's about the only funniest thing I've sort of got for you. Sorry, I know it's boring.
It's all good. Nah, it's all good.
How many pets do you have, and what's your favourite pet?
Oh, I've got no pets, Lockie.
Got it.
I've got no pets. Nah. Oh, but look, my kids had two cats over in Melbourne growing up, and so one was called OJ and TC.
Yeah.
So that's about the closest I get to having pets.
I've got 2 cats myself at home.
What are they called?
Leonora, and the other one's called Shed Cat, because the other one lived in the shed one time.
Oh, so you call me Shed Cat?
Yeah.
very original, right? That's very good.
What was your favourite thing about the 80s?
The favourite?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I suppose in the 80s, look, I'm trying not to be biased, but I feel that football was the best football back in the 80s.
I agree.
We had the SANFL, which was going so good. We had some super players playing in the 80s, and most of those guys who played in the 80s went on to play in the VFL, AFL. So we had wonderful teams in state sides. We beat the Victorians, we beat the WA guys as well. So then we became a really special group of guys through the 80s.
We beat the Victorians last year too by 4 points in the state side.
Yeah, I know, you told me. Well, congratulations. Hey. We always like to beat the big team.
Yeah, we always do. We love it.
But speaking of the 80s, in 1986, there was a huge recruiting period from the VFL to SANFL. Stephen Kernahan came to Carlton. Tony McGuinness went to Footscray.
Yeah.
What was it like you coming to Hawthorn that time?
Oh, it was pretty special. I got asked to play with Carlton, with Kernahan, Bradley and Motley, because they all went the same year.
Yep.
But, well, I wouldn't say unfortunately, but I was fortunate enough to go to Hawthorn, who signed me up back in 1981.
Yep.
And then got me again at the end of 1985, and I finished up playing 12 years at Hawthorn.
Yep.
What's something about the Dipper and Chief that we don't know? What's like a little secret?
Dipper's a lovely man. He is very passionate about his football and about his life, and that when he won the Brownlow medal in 1986, he came 9th in our best and fairest. So I'm not sure if he was paying the umpires some money or giving me some votes. I reckon, Lockie. So, and then the Chief, well, Chief is a fabulous fella. He's a superstar, as we know, and all I can say is I made Jason Dunstall a superstar.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I would agree.
I passed the ball to him every time. That's why he kicked over 1,000 goals.
You should have had more shots.
I should have, but he's a big man, the Chief, and I couldn't get past him, so I had to kick it to him.
Jason Dunstall kicked only 36 when Lee Matthews was on his team.
That's right, yeah. 36?
Yeah, and that was back in his first year in 1985.
That's right, yeah. And poor old Jason was left in the forward pocket while they kicked the ball to Lee Matthews, and he kicked lots of goals in 1985.
Yeah.
But then Lee retired at the end of 85, didn't he?
To become the coach of Collingwood.
That's right, yes. And that sort of opened up a spot for me as a midfielder, as a rover.
Yeah.
And then Jason Dunstall went to full forward, and that's when we made history by playing so many grand finals.
Yeah, four of them were victories in 1986 at the 88 and 89 at MCG and 1991 at Waverley.
Correct. And the one and only at Waverley, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, against who?
West Coast Eagles.
Beautiful. He knows everything about football, so we love Rob.
That was when the Great Southern Stand was still under construction.
That's correct, yeah. Yeah.
What rule would you change about AFL now from when you were playing? Like, would you bring in a rule? Would you take a rule away?
Look, there's probably a couple of rules there. You know, the third man up in the ruck, I thought that was always pretty special for a coach and a team for a game plan situation. The 50-metre penalty is pretty tough, especially if you're, I suppose only 60 metres out, 70 metres out.
The stand rule now.
Yeah, and the stand rule and that type of thing. So they're probably the little ones which I might change. But look, I don't want to go on my harp on the years that I played and be this big dinosaur who's left football behind. I still love footy. I think footy's in a pretty healthy area, and it's going to go on for forever and ever.
What was it like winning the Brownlow medal with Tony Lockett from St Kilda?
Oh,